using the press gun for the first time today. We're just fitting this radiator now, and it's an old radiator coming out, towel rail going in, so pipe centres are completely out. So we've used it first time already, tried it out. I've been told that I will get used to bending a lot more to save money on fittings, because the fittings aren't the cheapest. So yeah, you've got to use the bender as much as possible to get you around sticky situations like this. So I've put 2 offsets there, and then I've got an offset on this one to go onto that pipe. So what I'm going to do is try to do as much of it out of place as possible. So this top fitting, I pressed out of place, so I'll do the same on this one. We'll press this one out, and then I can cut the pipe, because I've dropped the pressure, I've bunged the tank and dropped the pressure, so when I cut the pipe there, after I've cleaned it up, there's still going to be a little bit of water on, so I'm going to have to put that on quickly, press up, and be careful, because I nearly made my first mistake with press. I nearly pressed that one with the bend out here somewhere. So obviously once I pressed it, I can't push it back. So yeah, I need to make sure I don't do that. So put it in, connect up the nut to the radiator, and then press. So yeah, it's all a learning curve. Hopefully, if I make any mistakes, it'll stop you from making some mistakes in the future. So making sure I've got a nice clean pipe. And put the fitting on, mark it up, take it back off, make sure we're on all the way, and then put a line on there, like so. Then compress this. One done, one to go. So, towel at the ready, just in case. Press gun at the ready, marker pen at the ready. So, I'll be cutting about there. Get that round like such, so put that on, pencil that up. That's not very good, is it? Pencil, where's my pencil gone? There we go, that's on there. Fitting on. Round to where we need to be. Ensuring we're all the way on there. We can now press this. That's on, I believe. So simple as that, a lot quicker than soldering, and it looks a lot better than compression. There, with soldering, I'd have had to suck all the water out and made the job a whole lot longer. I get the fitting just slightly bit more expensive, but time-wise, it definitely is a lot quicker, and it don't look too bad in my opinion. So let's get this nipped up because that's filling up. Tell you what, put you down. So with that all pressed and tightened up in place, now what we're going to do is go jump in the loft, get the bungs taken out, put some inhibitor in, and yeah, test it all out. Make sure it's all getting nice and warm. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad. It's obviously not perfect. Some people are going to moan and say it looks looks poor, but it looks better than what it could have done. I don't like compression on show, so I could have used chrome compression, but even then I think this looks better. So yeah, first time using press, went okay. We'll learn to make sure we've got everything in position before we press, and that we need to clean our pipes properly. So yeah, we'll get that filled up, and if you're having any leaks, you should find out anytime now. Right, we've got a leaking tap here which is dripping down the back from the cartridge basically, even when the tap's off. So we're going to change the cartridge inside. We could just change the O-ring, but while we've got it apart, it's an old. So we'll start by getting the head off. Is take the bar out, this little handle, that should just screw out, and then get yourself an Allen key, make sure you get the right size, and there should be a little grub screw inside, or it might even be a posi screw sometimes. So once you've managed to get the head off, you're then going to have to take the chrome shroud collar off, which was a bit of a pain on this one. It rusted in a little bit. We managed to get there. We basically had to dry the water off inside. You can see it building up, so it's definitely been leaking from the cartridge, so it's worth just swapping it all together. So once you've got the collar off, you can take the back nut out basically, which is holding the cartridge in place. Just grab yourself an adjustable spanner and use the tap in your hand as a counter, because last thing you want to do is spin the tap round. Once that's out, grab yourself a pair of pliers, because sometimes it can be a bit tight in there to pull straight out. So pull that up, and here is your old cartridge. And the wash, I noticed the washers were missing, and they were stuck to the inside of the tap body. So got some long nose pliers, pulled them out, because last thing we want to do is put the new cartridge in, and on top of them old washers, and you probably wouldn't get a seal, to be honest. So I headed to the merchants to grab a like for like. You can buy boxes of these, just like the tap cartridges. It's definitely worth me getting one. So with the new cartridge, making sure we line it up properly and the little slots slot into place to hold it in. Put your back nut on and just tighten it back up, basically in reverse order of how you took it out. And then once you were all back on, what I tend to do is turn the water back on before putting the collar on and the tap head back on. That way I can check that it's not leaking. The last thing you want to do is put your tap head on, turn the water back on and realise it's still leaking, and you have to take it all back off again. So yeah, job done and dusted. Another happy customer who is going away next week, so the peace of mind that they're not going to come back to a basin full of water.